Hello, hello, hello. So, what have I got here? Well, what I got here is what I've been actually filming all my last reviews on, and it's not an Android device. Yep, it's the iPhone 10 or iPhone X. Um, So I'm an Android guy. Why did I get this? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you why. Because in my opinion, at the moment, this is my opinion, so it's purely subjective and not that objective. I think this is the nicest phone that is available right now. There's a lot of nice phones, don't get me wrong, but for me, I think this is almost the perfect phone. And I'll get into it in a minute why I think that. Okay, so what's the specs? I mean, everybody knows it's got a 5.8 AMOLED screen. It's almost edge to edge. There's no bezels. With that resolution, 2K resolution, I think it's a great screen. It has 3 GB of RAM. It's got that fancy iPhone, I forgot what it's called, A11 Bionic, which is a ARM processor, and it says it's hexa-core, and I'm looking here because I had to look. Hexa-core 2.39 gigahertz. So look, it's very powerful, and as we know, because the iOS is optimized with these all Apple iPads are all recent ones, I should say, are pretty efficient and pretty swift in the using of. Has a 12 megapixel camera, and I think the front camera is 8 megapixel. This one is it comes in two colors, I think, white, and this is not black. I'm not exactly sure what the color is. Charcoal. The white one is nice as well. And so the boring story with regards to why I got this is my wife is iPhone person, and she, for her Christmas or post delivery of her new baby, she asked if she could get this from Santa, the iPhone 10, and of course, how am I going to say no? I can't say no. So how am I going to say no to my wife? 4,000, no, I tell a lie. So I got her, it was nearly 5,000. It was when it first came out. It was for the 256 version, 256 GB, I think it was nearly 5,000 reals. Anyway, that's what happens when you promise something, and anyway, she deserves it. So in the house, anytime she was asking me to give it to her, I was using my Sony at the time, and I was looking at this. I don't know, my eyes just desired it. I just really loved the screen. Try to show it here without that overhead light reflecting. I really loved the screen, and the more and more she asked for it, the more and more my eyes desired it. So more and more she asked me to give it, the more and more my eyes desired it. And eventually, when it came round to my birthday, I decided to get myself. I sold my Sony, which I liked, but I decided to get this one. So this is a 256 GB, and it has iOS 11, and of course I'm not going to go into, there's a myriad of iPhone reviews do a lot better than me. I'm not going to really get into iOS 11 and how to use it and all that. I just find it pretty decent. I like the I like not having a home button. I know a lot of people just can't bear it, but not me. I like it. I like it a lot. So what can one say? It's and plus not so much on iOS 11 on the iPhone, is I think a lot better on the iPad. Now I still hate iTunes. I'm not going to hide my feelings. I just think it's crap, and I'm still not a fan of not being able to just easily transfer back and forward, as in via your PC, copy and paste type stuff. No, I'm still not a fan of that. But because of this app, try and show it here, is Share It. I'm sure everybody knows this kind of cross-platform app that you can then share over your. You have to be connected to your network, but you can share with any device that has the app. And I've been downloading certain things onto Android, and then that I cannot download onto an iPhone. I've been then mostly it's music. But with my iPad, it's been also movies and stuff. Then I just share it over my Wi-Fi. So I really don't have to use iTunes at all. So result, I just so Share It, and the one on here I got is Share It Pro. I'm not sure what the difference is, but it's really, really a brilliant app, and you can get away from using that horrible iTunes. I mean, look, it is better than it was before, so okay, no problem. The look of this phone, the feel of it, is just, I think it's brilliant. It's glass back, and of course another big thing for me was the wireless charging, which eventually the Apple have went through with with the iPhone 8 actually, and this one, so it's excellent. Okay, so what's not excellent about it? I'm going to keep going on about what's excellent, but I want to just share it with you because I'm going to put it back in. What is not excellent about it? Well, of course, what I don't like about it is it doesn't need a case, because this cost me $4,200, and that was $256 from Souk.com. That's a lot of money for a phone. It's a hell of a lot of money for a phone, and you know, it's pretty slippery. I don't want it to. I don't want to break it, because I heard that the price for, especially the screen, I heard that the price for the screen was very expensive. Let me just get this back in. So I bought this one, Tech 21, I think it's called, case, which does make it a bit hold on. It does make it a bit. Did I turn it off there? Maybe I turned it off. It does make it a bit bigger and in your hand, but you know, I don't want to break this thing. Hold on, let me just find what I'm doing here. I think I turned it off. Yeah, I turned it off and I was putting that case back on it. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So look, I put the case on. I'm not a fan of cases. I saw this on that Erica Griffin channel. Really, really good. There's a lot of good channel reviewers. A lot better high production values than I will ever have. But I think she had one of these, Tech 21. I can't remember how much it cost. It wasn't that expensive from eBay, like $10-15. I have a. It actually makes it slightly wider. I have a clear. Plastic case, which makes it smaller, but I just feel that this one is safer. And to be honest with you, just because I've got 2 kids and I'm paranoid, I don't want to drop this, although they say it's pretty tough, and I'm sure it is, but I do not want to be paying half the price of a phone to replace the screen or something if it gets cracked. So that's all I can say about cases. I'm not a fan, but anyway, I will manage it. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't. A lot of people have a problem with the, what do you call this? The notch, and for me, I actually like it. I think that I just think it looks. I just like it. Don't bother me at all. I really think it's cool. Not not every app. Now let me see this if I can find one. I think this is like shopping chips. So not every app you'll see. Not every app is kind of optimized for the notch. So there's bars here, and some people complain about when they're watching video. If you're watching your video this way, they're complaining about that with the. But for me, I watched some video. It didn't bother me at all, so I'm happy. Now, I did download. Where is it now? I just saw it here. Your wallet. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so I did download Antutu, and what was the score I got before? It was, let me see, my device. Did I miss anything in the spec? Antutu Retina HD. So yeah, I'm just going over. It's 436 ppi, and the where's the score? Where was it? Because I'm not used to using this one. What my previous score was. Okay. Anyway, look, I used it. It was nearly 250,000 on Antutu. So, I mean, that's Antutu for iOS. It's very fast. You're not going to experience any problems. I think it's probably got one of the best screens, and I've seen the Samsung Note and the Samsung S9, and they're brilliant screens, don't get me wrong. I still think this has got one of the best screens that is available on all phones. I think it's great, and even it tops my 4K screen from the Sony that I used to have. I just think it is an absolutely brilliant screen. When it's not in the case, you'll see a lot of phones now, Android phones, coming with the, they're all copying this, so they all have a notch to varying sizes, but most of them seem to have quite a big chin. I mean, really, this is almost kind of space aged. There's the bezel, or the lack of bezel to it, which this AMOLED screen just, it's like quality. It feels quality, and now with the Share It app, the wireless charging, it's really more an attractive proposition for me. That's why I bought it. Having said that, is it worth 4,200 reals? No, it's not. I mean, it's maybe like if that's $1,000, then I think it's worth it as much as 800, the same whatever price is the latest Samsung is, etc. But it's worth what anybody wants to pay for it, and of course a lot of people have paid for it. I have paid for 2 of them. So so of course, look, it's not going to be for everybody's budget, and I still like cheap phones. I still buy cheap phones, so I'm not going to disparage Android or cheaper phones, because that Nokia one that I reviewed with Android Go, I really liked, and I'm looking forward to getting another Android Go phone. But as my daily driver, this really, it's got everything. The sound from these speakers, if you're listening to music or I'm listening to some podcasts, the sound is absolutely brilliant. They've really done a brilliant job. The sound from the iPad Pro, my iPad Pro, is got a really good sound as well. So that's not a really good sound, it's an excellent sound. So look, that's I cannot say any more about that. How they've got such a good sound in very small space, me don't know. What are they going to do next? I don't know. Can they top it? Well, I heard that they were going to do a bigger iPhone 10 Plus or something, or they were, and they're going to do a slightly cheaper LCD, not AMOLED screen, which will be, it probably won't be edge to edge, or it will have a bit of a chin, but that's what, let's see, I don't know. For me at the moment, this has really, I feel, and they had to do something. They knocked it out of the park. They had to do, because the iPhone, even iPhone 8, which is slightly nicer than the last couple of iPhones, it was really, not much different. And it was their 10-year anniversary, so they really had to do something to, and I think they did it. I think they really, really made a very special phone, albeit very expensive. So what other things one can say about it? Camera, okay, I think the camera is really good. Video, I think the video is excellent, and I mean, I haven't even been fiddling around with settings or anything like that. I just kept it on most basic settings. Excellent. I don't think there's any, for me, that could be your, it could be my, get rid of my Fujifilm X-T1 and just have this for everything. I mean, it's a really good camera, really good camera, and really good at taking video. So the few other things that I have got to say about are call quality is excellent, no probs at all. I haven't Bluetooth, which was an old bugbear of mine before with my old iPhone. Bluetooth, I haven't had any problems. Touch that wood there. It's working fine. I just feel that this is an all-round absolutely brilliant phone, and I've said a lot of bad things about Apple, especially about iTunes in the past, but I think they've really done themselves proud with this one. So that's all I'm going to say. I don't think I've got anything more to add. That anybody who have enough money to buy one of these, and it's not for everybody, and I suffered when I paid for this because I was broke. Really, I was. So it's not for everybody, and if you can save up for it, and it's really your thing, then it's worth the wait. And it may get a bit cheaper come September when the new iPhones and that are being released. So that's just my opinion of the iPhone 10. I'm not going to say any more. So anyway, anybody got questions, etc., comments, whatever you want, please, I will do my best to answer them as soon as. Okay, thank you, and bye.